It's about to go down in Louisville. Most of you all know about the Breonna Taylor case in Louisville, Kentucky. She was unfortunately killed in the crossfire when the police served a no-knock warrant that they still knocked and announced themselves before they entered the apartment. And sadly, she was killed in the crossfire between the police and her boyfriend. And we're going to find out very soon if the police officers involved in this incident will be indicted. Welcome back, everybody, to Right is Right. And before we get into today's video, I would like to really encourage all of you watching to please hit the subscribe button so that you can be updated every time I upload a video. And I upload videos almost every day covering the news around the United States and, of course, all the crazy things the loony liberals do. Now let's talk about what's happening in Louisville. The announcement of whether or not the police officers will be indicted in the shooting of Breonna Taylor has caused such fear in the city of Louisville because of all the rioting that's happened over the summer. The city of Louisville has called a state of emergency. I think personally, and this is just my opinion, but I think we're going down a road that we do not want to go down. And we have been watching this play out over the last several years. And that is, a criminal commits a crime and the police can do basically nothing. When the criminal fights back, even with deadly force, the police are supposed to stand down. But if the police have to use deadly force, we are having riots in the street. Now look, I do not believe or agree with police overstepping their bounds. They're not supposed to do anything aggressive if the perpetrator or the criminal is not aggressive. But we've seen quite a few times when the criminal is actually pretty violent and they have a weapon, and if the police need to use it, wow, we're seeing riots over this. People are rioting for a person that was a career criminal, that was violent, and even tried to use a weapon against police officers. They're rioting in the streets like we saw what happened in Atlanta. At what point do we really take a step back as a society? All Americans, regardless of who you are, where you're from, what color your skin is, at what point do we step back and take a look and say, you know what? Criminals need to be stopped. Criminals can't be allowed to do whatever they want. And unfortunately, there are times where the police need to use deadly force. It's not something that any of us want. I'm sure all Americans want the same thing, a peaceful society. But sometimes there are people who do not want the same thing. And when the police cannot reason with them and that person has some type of weapon, the police need to do their job. And their job is to protect the public, period. But unfortunately, this problem is more political than anything else. Because we have one side of politics that literally blames everything on the other side. They're the ones fear-mongering. They're the ones telling everyone that it's such a horrible situation in America because of the other side. And this party likes to stoke the fear because they know that if they can get people so divided, one side will vote for them no matter what. And that is what we're seeing in America today. We're seeing a very divided country, and it's one party that is dividing us to the point that we're at each other's throats now. And with that said, that will do it for this video. I just wanted to touch on this case because we will find out very soon if the police officers will be indicted, and the city of Louisville is already preparing for complete total chaos. And of course, I will be updating you all as much as possible on this case to see what happens, what the indictment possibly could be or would be, and the rioting that will follow if these police officers are not indicted. Personally, I am sick and tired of the rioting. And we as a society need to look seriously at each case, because we have cases where there is possibly some police wrongdoing. And then other cases, it's absolutely justified what the police had to do, and yet we still get riots. We have got to come together as a society, and we need to call a criminal, and we need to call police abuse, because we can't keep calling everything police abuse, no matter what, period. So I will leave you all with this question. With the information that you know about the Breonna Taylor case, do you think the shooting was justified or not justified? And what do you all think should happen to the police officers that were involved? And please leave your opinion in the comment section below so that we can have an open discussion about this case. And please do subscribe, because I make videos like this almost every day, focusing in on the stories that the liberal lying media wants to spin or bury. And also, if you could, share the video with your friends. Hit that like button so it'll help me get more exposure. And everyone, I will see you all in the next video. So please take care and stay safe.